What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of War Games Are For Everybody, where today we're continuing on with our Final Girl coverage. Last time we finished up Series 2. Last time we finished up Series 2 with Into the Void. This time we're heading back to do the first of the two that we have remaining from Series 1. We are doing Carnage at the Carnival with our killer, Geppetto. The Puppet Master. Geppetto the Puppet Master. Geppetto the Puppet Master. I don't know what this one could be based on, if anything. I know there's a lot of like carnival tropes. There's a lot of carnival tropes in horror movies, but I don't know if I could single out a particular one. The only Geppetto I know is from like Pinocchio, which kind of fits. I mean, this is a puppet, right? Kind of fits. So we have Geppetto, the Puppet Master, as our killer. He has the ability to summon these little puppets, like these literally tiny, like look at these things, tiny. Has the ability to summon these tiny puppets onto the field. They basically get summoned every single turn. One new puppet will be spawned every turn. That's a bit of a pain, right? That's a bit of a pain. They have 1 HP and and the same movement that Geppetto has. So as the Bloodlust track goes up, they will start getting better movements, but they always only do 1 damage, and they have 1 HP. That's pretty well it for Geppetto. There are some trap cards throughout the terror deck, as well as the item pool. So in the terror deck, there are specific traps, I believe, that can be set off in the park. And then there are also traps that can be set off if we search in the item decks, which I'm fine with the traps in the park on the board, but I'm not a particularly big fan of hidden information. It almost feels like I'm being penalized for trying to use the mechanics of the game, which, to be fair, we haven't really been doing much searching anyway, but that's not the point. That's not the point. It almost feels like if I go to search, like every single deck has at least 1 trap in it. So I feel like if I search too much, I'm being penalized for trying to search things, but I guess that's just how it goes. Geppetto does have 8 HP. Not terrible. The horror track starts at 4. And I think that's pretty well it for mechanics. I don't think there's anything different for... We went over the puppets, how they work, and we'll kind of get into that a bit more as we go through. The only big thing with the puppets I didn't mention is that they can only ever be 2 spaces away from Geppetto. Now, that's at the end of their movement. They can be more than 2 spaces away while they're moving, but the end of their movement has to be within 2 spaces. So that could be a little rough, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We've dealt with minions before. I mean, when we were doing the Asylum, what was that one called? I can't remember. The one with the Ratchet Lady. She had victims that were coming after us, the maniacs. Granted, they weren't really attacking us, but we had to manage them, and it was the same thing. They had 1 HP, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, I think we're pretty well good to go. Everything else we'll kind of get into as we go along. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. I think we're gonna hop right into this and start. Not quite a 15-minute explanation, only a 4.5-minute explanation this time. God, the explanation on the Into the Void video was crazy. There was a lot of mechanics in that one, that's why. So we're gonna start things off with our focus, try and get that horror track down a bit. We're starting off with 1 success and a partial. I think we're going to get rid of the weak attack and the short rest in order to flip that other partial into a full into a full success. So we get to reduce the horror track, and we're going to gain 2 time. We're gonna try and do some stuff. I want to try and get, where is it? I want to try and get the Strongman's Hammer, which is in Things to Astonish, which is down here, which we can get to with our walk. Hopefully we can get to it with our walk. That would be nice. We do have 2 walks. We're going to do another focus. Well, 2 partials. That's a little unfortunate. So looks like we're going to be losing that 2 time that we gained. That's unfortunate. At least the horror track doesn't go back up for us failing. But it's unfortunate that... oh, God, again? Really? That sucks. Well, I guess we're taking the 1 heart to move 1 space, and we're losing 2 time. Do I risk it? If I get... we're already having bad rolls. That 1 star at the beginning of the game was all it felt like giving us. Do I want to risk using my other walk? I could still buy a sprint, or I could buy the guard if I needed to. But I think we're okay. I think we're okay to use the walk. We're still early in the game. And we got 1 star at least, so that's nice. So we're going to lose 1, but we are going to be able to move into the space here. So we have 3 time to buy stuff with. Now, I think I'm just going to go for the search, and we'll grab a close call. I haven't revealed my... my signature action. I also haven't revealed the event, something I constantly forget to do because when I'm going over new mechanics, I just forget all the old mechanics. So let's start with our event so we know what the event is. It's not real. Place 4 new victims at the House of Mirrors. Place the skull token at the Forest of Horrors. Any victim at or moving into the Forest of Horrors are killed immediately. Fucking hell, man. So these 3 are dying. And then we have 4 people being spawned into the House of Mirrors, so we'll just move these guys here. I guess that means this is already moving up. That's nuts. So we're the Bloodlust track moves up, right? I would think that the Bloodlust track moves up. So we can't go into the House of Horrors, hey? The Forest of Horrors, hey? Any victims at or moving into the Forest of Horrors are killed immediately. Well, when something dies, the Bloodlust track goes up. So I guess right at the beginning of the game, already 3 Bloodlust. We need another person on the House of Mirrors here. That's bad. That's bad. We're also going to reveal our signature action here. Throw is our signature action. 2 stars, discard a weapon with range 0 to deal weapons damage to an enemy at 1 or 2 spaces away. Discard a weapon with range 0 to deal that weapon's damage to an enemy 1 space away. Discard a weapon at range 0. Only 1 cost. That's not terrible. And I mean, the Strongman Hammer is a 0, so we could imagine just being like 10 feet away or whatever, 2 spaces. That's probably quite the distance. Imagine just being like 10 or so feet away from the killer and just fucking whipping a Strongman Hammer at them. That's just funny to picture. That's some like comedy horror right there. Something so unrealistic that you don't think it would happen. Okay, so that's everything. That's everything. We're back on track. It's pretty crazy that they have they've already got 3 people dead. Literally before the game started, those 3 people would have been dead. That's pretty bad. This isn't I don't think this is faring particularly well for us. I don't think this is going to go well. We have to move the horror track up because of the bloodlust here. So back to us purchasing things. We have 3 things. We're going to go for the search, which means we aren't going to be able to move at all, but I want to get that hammer because it's going to give us extra damage, which is nice. So I have one left, which we can really only spend on a close call or the throw. We could buy the throw. It might be beneficial, but a close call might be good to re-roll, right? So I think we're going to go with the close call instead. I also didn't go over who we're actually playing as, so I guess we'll not prematurely, that's beforehand. We'll post, I can't think of the word. Oh, man. This happens all the time. It's like, I want to think of the word that we're using here, and I can't. That's going to bother me now. We're doing it after the fact. I can't think of the word. We're playing as Asami. This is a horrible start. I should just restart this video, but we're not going to. This is life. This is reality, YouTube. Things don't always go smoothly. We're playing as Asami. We need to save 4 victims in order to flip her card over. Take a search action card. Regain 1 heart, move 1 space, and lower the horror track by 2. That's definitely going to be the first one that we do. Once we save 4 victims, whenever you draw at least 1 item card, draw an extra card and choose one. You are immune to item trap cards. Well, that's beneficial, and then each victim save gives us an additional heart. Quite beneficial, quite beneficial. So she's definitely, like, her power is specifically for this killer, right? I'm pretty sure those, oh no, I guess it would be for Carnival of Blood, the items would be for. So her power is specifically for the Carnival of Blood map. I don't see any reason to really use her on any other map because it's kind of a gimmick power. That's unfortunate. Anyways, we're playing as Asami. We spent our stuff. It's now the killer's turn. So they have both a minion and a killer phase. So we are spawning 1 puppet. The puppet spawns into Geppetto's space. And then the puppet moves towards the closest victim, which they have a movement of 2. So they're going to be moving. Now, they could either go to the animal cages or they could go to the House of Mirrors. I think when we were doing a knock at the door, we said that they're more likely to move to the space with more people in it. So they would move over this way into the House of Mirrors. And they just move. They have no attack. Geppetto, on the other hand, attacks a victim or final girl in his space, but no one's in their space. So we're fine on that. So now we have to draw a tarot card. Gotta draw a tarot card. They're gaining on me. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, lose time equal to the horror level? That sucks. So we have to get a 4, 5, or a 6. So I guess it's a 50-50 chance. Still though, I don't want to lose 4 time. Are you kidding me? That's going to make life a lot harder. And then the puppet is going to move towards the final girl. So they'd be moving 1, 2. They're going to be coming over this way. We got to roll a die. Oh God, we got a 2. We're losing 4 time. So we're down to 2 time for the next turn. That's unfortunate. We aren't doing much next turn, but I want to buy stuff, you know? That kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Okay, so their turn is done. No one died, so there's no panicking. We still have a terror deck, so it is now our turn once again. So we're going to start things off by using our search. We just need 1 star game, please. And we didn't get it. We got the partial and a nothing, so we're going to be using our close call. Okay, we got it that time. Thank. I'm glad we got it. So we get to take the top item. So we're getting our strongman hammer. We are going to be placing that strongman hammer right into our hands. It's going to give us an extra 3 damage, which you can't complain about. You must have 4 or more health to attack with the strongman hammer. It cannot be carried in your backpack. After resolving an attack with this weapon, lose a heart and end your turn. So we get an extra 3 damage onto our attacks, but we have to end our turn once we attack. That's fine. That's fine. If we pick up Critical Blow and Furious Strike, we could Furious Strike, and then we could Critical Blow with the Strongman Hammer and hope that we get 2 stars. This is going to take a couple turns of setup to do, but I think we're just going to try and strong arm Geppetto here. I think we're just going to go for him. I don't even know if we're going to worry about trying to save anyone. We could, though. Getting the horror track down would be good, so trying to save some people would probably be a good idea. Where are our exits right now? The clown car is an exit. We have the actual exit right here. 1, 2, 3. We have the exit over there. So I think we're gonna use our 2 time to buy a sprint. Although we're getting the walks this turn. We're getting the walks back. So I don't know if... Focus on... I think I want to buy a guard, right? Just in case. We're going to use our 2 time to buy a guard. So that's our 2 time, and then we're going to take all this stuff. We got Close Call. We got Search. This will be our hand for next turn. The puppet. We have to spawn a puppet. Another puppet has been spawned. And the puppets are going to be moving 2 spaces towards the closest victim. So both of them are going to end up over here in the House of Mirrors. And then the killer, once again, has no one to attack. He's just chilling at the ticket booth. Make or Break is our terror card. Roll a die. You must lose health equal to half the result rounded up or kill that many victims. This is a rough deck. What is going on here? A 4, eh? So we have to either take 2 health or kill 2 victims. Killing any victims is going to cause its dark power to be flipped, which I don't know if I really want to deal with a dark power right now, if I'm being completely honest. So I think we're just going to take the 2 health. We got the short rest back, so we can try and rest. And that's that. That's their turn. No one's died. The puppets are just menacingly chilling at the House of Mirrors with all of those victims. But it is now our turn again, and we're going to try and get some stuff going here. So we're going to start by using a focus. Okay, partial and a nothing. Well, we need to get at least 1. So I didn't take the sprint, so I have to keep my walks. I don't really want to lose the time. We're going to lose 1 regardless, but I don't want to lose both. So I think we're going to get rid of the focus and a weak attack in order to flip that partial into a full success. So we are losing 1 time. But the horror track's at least going to go down 1. And now we're going to have to wait. We're going to try no, hold on. We're not going to do our short rest yet. We're going to walk first, because if I fuck up that short rest, then we have to end our turn. 2 partials. It definitely would have screwed us over. So I do not want to... Oh, God, I'm going to lose 2 time. I need to move the 1. But I don't want to take a heart. We're very low on health. This is a terrible idea on my part, but we're doing it anyway. Let it be stated, let it be noted that we're making terrible, terrible decisions. Oh my God. Again, partials. Okay. I can't take the health. So I have to discard these in order to... Or I could just take the 2-time, but I don't want to take the 2-time. Saving a victim would get the horror track down by 2, which would give us 3 dice, but we have like no time here. I need to keep the guard in case we get attacked. So... Jeez, man. We're not having a good time here. We are not having a good time here. We're just going to take the 2-time. This was a stupid plan. This was the dumbest plan. I need to try and get health. I have to go for the short rest. Again, a nothing and a partial. A nothing and a partial again. This is not going well. I can't do anything about that. So I gain a heart, at least. I do gain a heart back. Not that that's going to do much for us. The horror track goes up by 1. We lose a time. Our turn's done. We can't buy anything. We have nothing to buy. So our next, this is not going well. This is going to be a very short, this is going to be a really, really short thing. Okay, so another puppet is being spawned. This is 3 of 3 puppets. The puppets are moving towards the closest victims, which is here. Maybe they would spread themselves out, though. Maybe they would spread themselves out. I don't know. That's the closest victim, and based on what we were saying. This is such a long list of things. Endless maddening laughter. Laughter rings out in each space adjacent to you. All victims in those spaces panic. There's no one in a space adjacent to me. Victims in the space with an enemy are killed. Hold on. Do the minions count as an enemy? Or is it just the killer that's the enemy? Because there are cards there are cards that specify between the killer and a minion. But this is just saying enemy, so I guess enemy would apply to both of them. Victims in a space with an enemy are killed. So that's going to kill 4. Fucking 4 people. Oh my god. This is a rough thing. So we've activated the dark power. 2, 3, 4. So the dark power, weapons graft. Puppets now do 2 damage when attacking. Great. And we have to draw an event, which we will do once we finish this card. If you are in a space with Geppetto, lose health equal to his attack value. We are not, thankfully. If no victims were killed and you did not take any damage, resolve the next terror card. Oh, people sure died. People sure died. Animal panic. Each time the horror level increases, roll a number of dice equal to the new horror level and draw the following. And do the following. For each star, you may move a victim of your choice 1 space. For every 2 dice that are not a star, kill 1 victim. That sucks. So every time, is it every time it changes or just if it goes up? Each time the horror level increases. Okay, so just when it increases. That's fine. That's fine. That was a pretty rough turn. My turn's over. I can't do anything. We can't do anything. Yeah, that's bad, right? That's bad. We're gonna spend our 6 on retaliate and on guard. And that's it. that's all. We're having a pretty rough go here. We're just trying to defend ourselves now. I think I underestimated how quickly those puppets were going to start coming at us, apparently. So our turn's done. It's now Geppetto's turn, so we can't spawn any more puppets because 3 is the max. But they are going to move towards the closest victim. And they now have a movement of 3. So that would be 3. Let's say one comes up this way. Oh, actually, this would be... Oh, no, they're both 2. Let's say one comes this way because there's 2 up here. And then let's say the other one also comes this way. Oh, actually, you know what? If it would be the closest, it would be to here because House of Mirrors to the animal cages is 2 spaces. Whereas this space over here would be 3 spaces. So I guess they would all end up at the animal cages then. And they aren't attacking yet still, so that's good. That's good. And then Geppetto has nothing to attack. Where the hell did the blades come from? Place the spinning floor blade trap token in your space. Immediately apply the trap's effects. See the terror trap reference card. If you and any victims... Okay, so the victim's about to die because for each 1 through 4 that you rolled, increase the horror track. That's bad. So, where's the blade token? This is the blade token. It said to put it on our space. Blades on our space. We do have the trap reference here. Spinning blades. Roll 2 dice. For each result, do the following. 1 through 4, take 1 damage. 5 or 6, you may move 1 space. And victims apparently always die, I believe, is what the rules said. So this victim's unfortunately dead thanks to that blade trap. Thanks a fucking lot, Geppetto. Your dumb blade traps. Okay, so we'll read the event once we finish this. We need to roll 2 dice. That's a 6, so we can move 1 space. That's nice. I think we're just moving as far away as we can for the time being. Like, I want to start trying to build some stuff up so we can go attack because we are running out of time. We are running out of time. And then we got a 1, so we take a damage. So we're down to our last health. I really got to hope that there's some health in there because things are going poorly. Things are not going good. Things are not going good. Okay, that's their turn. So we need to do this event, which got pulled. Did you follow me here? Place 4 new victims at the big top. One of them is a special victim who is your plucky younger sibling. While the sibling is in your space, you may spend 2 to reroll 1 die. If the sibling dies, plus 2 to the bloodlust track. Well, we already have the max bloodlust, so that's not going to go particularly well for us. I wouldn't think, right? Okay, that's that, right? That's that. Oh, no, I need to increase the horror track because we rolled that 1, which activates the other events, the animal panic. So we have to roll, what, 5 dice? Each time the horror level increases, roll a number of dice equal to the new number. So we have to roll 5 dice. For each star, we get to move a victim 1 space. For every 2 dice that aren't stars, we have to kill a victim. Well, that sure is something, isn't it? Isn't it? None of them are stars. So we have 5 dice, so that's 2 victims that need to be killed. God. Let's just kill these ones so that all these minions are going to come up into the corner here. That sucks. So we have to push up for 1, which is going to discard a terror card. We have to push up for 2. So we have to discard 2 terror cards from the deck. This is going not great. Not very good. This is this is hard. This is hard, man. we are doing very well. It's now our turn. It's now our turn. Finally, there's a lot of stuff just happened there. A lot of stuff happened. Nothing happened to us. Nothing happened to us. We could have guarded and all that, but I wonder if I could have guarded off the event. I wonder if I could have saved that health. Oh well, it's not a big deal. We can't do anything. Excuse me, jeez. We can't do anything. We just have retaliation cards. So we're just going to end our turn and we're going to buy some stuff. I think I'm going to buy planning this turn, or I'm going to buy an improvise and a distraction. Improvise is definitely going to be beneficial for us. Plus, we're going to get those focuses back. We could potentially, or I could buy 2 distractions. We could potentially get it all the way down, right? 1, 2, 1, 2 plus 2 focuses. Good chances. But maybe 1 and 1. We're going to get 1 distraction. We're going to get improvise. So that's our 6 time to spend. That gives us 5 cards. We're going to take the short rest. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to keep the weak attack there. Okay, we've got our cards for next turn. And we now get to go through the killer phase again. This isn't going to go well. So these guys are moving up this way because there's 4 people up here. And that is still 2 away from Geppetto, so that's fine. These guys are just having a field day. Geppetto still has no one to attack. We are getting dangerously close to the... Well, maybe not dangerously. There's still 4 cards left. Dance puppets. Make a horror roll. If a star, move all puppets 1 space towards you or the nearest victim, your choice. No stars, kill a victim in your space. If there are none, increase the horror track by 2. Oh, man. Oh, God. We are having a bad time with these dice rolls. Okay. Kill a victim in your space. I can't. There aren't any. If there are none, increase the horror track by 2. We now need to roll all 6 dice for the horror for that event since the horror track went up. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. I think a bunch of people are about to die. How can a roll be so terrible? How can every single roll in a game be so bad? All of them are nothing. We didn't even get 6 dice. We didn't even get 1 star. We didn't even get 1 star. We have to kill 3 people. We have to kill 3 people. That is ridiculous. Oh, God, this is not good. Okay, I guess these 3, I guess. So we have to discard 3 terror cards from bumping the Bloodlust track up, which is all the cards that are left. So guess what time it is, guys? Guess what time it is. We have to panic first. We have to panic the victim first, since a bunch of people just died in that spot. 6, they're heading this way. And then we don't have a terror deck left. No terror deck. We're flipping the finale card. We are flipping the finale. I made your friends. So the minions now move towards the final girl and attack. Geppetto now moves towards the final girl and attacks. During the killer phase, victims act as puppets, but at all other times, they still act as normal victims. You may attack and kill victims if you wish, increasing the bloodlust as normal. Why? Every victim is a puppet? Are you kidding me? We're dead. There's no way. There's no way. We are about to die. Oh my God. Okay. So it's our turn. This is bad. We only have 1 dice to roll. That's not That's not particularly beneficial for us. Well, we got a star at least. So we're using 1 time, but we're back to 2 dice. We're going to go for that other focus. Oh, 2 stars. It's giving us stuff now that we're, you know, about to die. Very generous of you, game. Very generous of you. Partials on that. I can't let it be nothing or we're going to have to end our turn. So I'm going to have to discard something. I want to keep the walks for next turn. I need to keep that. I really can't get rid of those. We're about to be attacked by a whole shit ton of things. That's for sure. Well, that's no good. I think we have to get rid of the guard and the distraction, unfortunately, in order to turn one of these into a success, or our turn's going to end. So we do gain a health back, and we lose a time. So we're back to 2 health, 6 time. And I think we're just going to hold off. We're going to hold off there. We're going to keep the rest of our cards for next turn. And we've got 6 to spend, right? We're going to take the weak attack. Are we going for the critical blow? 3 plus 3. I've only got 6 to spend. One plus 6. If we even get 2 stars, that would only be 7 damage. We would be 1 damage short. And to retaliate, maybe. Well, that's provided we even get through this turn, which I don't think is going to happen. I really don't. I really don't. So, I think we're just going to buy the critical blow. We're going to spend our entire 6. We're going to buy the critical blow. If we somehow make it to our turn, that'll be interesting for sure. Okay, so the minions are moving towards us 3 spaces and attacking. So we're going 1, 2 because it's 2 spaces, and they're going to attack for what, 2 damage? That would kill us. I can't. God, this is so fucking dumb. So we're going to guard. Of course. Well, either we discard stuff and die. What's guard do? Reduced by 2? It's only doing 2 damage. I guess we're going to get rid of the walks. Geppetto's going to end up on our space anyway. So we're turning one of those into a success. So we reduced the damage by 2. So we're still alive for the time being. So the next puppet moves towards us. They all get to move. And attack. And the fact that every single victim is also is also a puppet does not bode well for us. It's not going well. We have to use the retaliate. We don't have a choice. Two partials. That's it. So we're getting rid of improvise and the weak attack to turn one of those partials into a success. We're reducing the damage by 2 and dealing 1 damage, so at least we killed a puppet. We did damage to something. Whoa, it only took 40 minutes. It only took 40 minutes. The last puppet's going to attack us and we can't do anything. So, question is, are we still alive? Are we still alive? That is a great question. The answer is, we are. We have 1 health. So we get an extra die on all our rolls because we are at 1 health. Yep, and now all these other puppets get to come towards us. Yeah, that's not good, right? That's not good. During the killer phase, victims act as puppets. So they're all going to move towards us. Now, my guess would be that they would avoid the traps. Otherwise, they would walk right into the traps and kill themselves. Whenever a terror trap card comes into play from the terror deck, place the appropriate trap token in your space. The trap immediately takes effect. All victims, space whether you enter or are in a space, suffer the following effects. You know what? I'm actually going to double check it here because I think the rules actually say that they're not affected by... Enemies are not affected by trap tokens for any reason and completely ignore them. Well, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Literally all of these people are going to move towards us. So like these two both have a movement of 3. They can get to us. All of these people have a movement of 3. They could get to us. This person can also... Oh no, this person can't get to us, but they would come here. So we're being attacked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people at 2 per thing. That's a total of 12 damage. We have nothing left to defend against that. We can't beat 12. There's no way we can beat 12 damage. So we are, unfortunately, we've been murdered by puppets. We got absolutely decimated by those puppets. Geppetto didn't even need to move anywhere. He didn't even move. That Bloodlust track went up quick. I think next time we try Geppetto, we're going to have to really focus on those puppets. But they every single turn they get summoned, though. That's crazy. That's a really tricky scenario. That's a really tricky scenario. Maybe I'll have to watch some videos and see how other people handle it. But that was rough. That was a really tough one. I don't know if I enjoyed it, if I'm being honest. I feel like I really didn't do anything. I was just kind of running around the whole time trying to do stuff. Like, even trying to... Now, her power is just for the item deck, right? Yeah, it's just item traps. So the tokens you're still affected by. So that's... Yeah, that was a rough scenario. I don't really got much to say about that. I don't know... I'm going to have to think about it. I don't know how much I even really enjoyed that one, if I'm being honest. I don't mind the map. I think Geppetto... Well, I love the idea of traps being brought out into the level. I think that's actually really unique. I don't know how I feel about the trap automatically being spawned in the space that I'm in. That's kind of punishing. But I do like the idea of traps ending up on the board. But it didn't really help that 3 of our victims got killed at the beginning of the scenario too, thanks to that Forest of Horrors situation that happened. But yeah, that's that for Carnival of Blood, Carnage at the Carnival, with Geppetto, the Puppet Master, at Carnival of Blood. It was interesting. It was okay. It was all right. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have played Final Girl, either the Carnage at the Carnival scenario or just Final Girl in general, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. It's interesting to see what people think of games. If watching this has made you want to try the game yourself, granted, I don't know why this particular one would make you want to try the game yourself. it probably made the game seem incredibly punishing, which it can be, but it typically isn't. Usually you have a bit more freedom to actually do some stuff. However, if watching this has made you want to try the game for yourself, let me know that down below as well. It's always interesting to see what kind of games people end up checking out based on what we take a look at on the channel here. If you are over on Instagram, you can follow us at the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. We just post photos of games that we're playing as well as games that we pick up. Just come, hang out, talk about games, have a good time. If you're over on Board Game Arena, you can send me a friend request at Games Are For Everybody. Just Games Are For Everybody over on Board Game Arena. Send me a request. Maybe we can play some games sometime. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for this one. Gonna wrap it up. Bit of a disappointment. I won't lie. A little bit of disappointed. Almost kind of feel like I wasted time. This particular scenario didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I don't know how long it'll be until we come back to this particular one, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I will see you all next time. Until then, just remember the board games are for everybody. And until next time, peace.